Hi everyone, Precious Phiri reporting to you from the COP27 in Egypt. I'm here with my friend and colleague Bridget Mugambe, who is from the Alliance for Food Sovereignty in Africa. AFSA, as they are well known, and they are here with many of their partners, and Regeneration International is friends of AFSA. And personally, I'm a contributor to their Healthy Souls and Healthy Food initiative, as well as the Climate Action Group. So Bridget, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Precious.
Maybe we'll just dive in deeply and briefly today to indulge those who are watching to just check in on what are your views. And I know as AFSA you came in with quite a couple of people here. What is the main message that you are sensing we are bringing as people with boots on the ground, and any other important insights that you are feeling?
Well, thank you, Precious. As you might know, AFSA is a network, like you said. We are here with up to 15 of our members from different countries across Africa. And AFSA is basically following the agenda on agriculture and adaptation, and also finance. But our interest in all this is to see how we integrate agroecology into the climate decision and the climate policies back home. And for us, this is not, the COP is not the beginning of our work. It is just a culmination of work that we've been doing over the past year, engaging with our negotiators, engaging with our policymakers back home, really to help them appreciate what agroecology is, how can we integrate it into our different policies, and also into the negotiations, texts and decisions. So we are here really to raise capacity. We are here to raise capacities, to network, to meet other like-minded organizations, to meet our delegations, our leaders of government, our negotiators. So really, it's a space for us to really interact, but also to pursue our agenda, which is agroecology in climate action.
Really nice. And everyone, so there's lots of controversy. Of course, this is the 27th gathering of the Conference of Parties to discuss the issue of climate change. And many people would often say, why should we keep going?
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it and discussing with our colleagues and everyone that, would rather be there to share the potential that we see in agroecology and regeneration than not to be here.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah. Well, the COP is, I understand when people feel their frustration, because 27 gatherings, sometimes people feel like nothing is happening, we are going in circles. But matter of fact is that this is a UN process. It brings us all together, every actor that is critical on climate change, the governments, the civil society, the practitioners, everyone is here, So it is a space where we get to meet, where we get to share ideas, and matter of fact is that it's where decisions are made. So from the national level, of course, we have been engaging. We have been, countries have come up with positions, but we have to come together and agree and create, decisions, joint decisions. So like you said, we have to be here, otherwise decisions are taken without us. We don't have any other space where we can put across our message. So it's inevitable that we are here despite all the frustrations. We need to identify the exact areas we can influence, where we can insert ourselves and not get lost in this, big maze of activities and events and people moving up and down.
And that's incredibly important because especially for networks like AFSA, to be honest, maybe you can just tell our viewers like how many groups of farmers you're representing or how many countries, depending on what you want to tackle.
Yeah, AFSA is a network of networks. So the members of AFSA 35 networks and specialist organizations, including farmers, pastoralists, fisherfolk, faith-based organizations, youth, and of course including school children. Our members reach up to 50 African countries. and they have a potential reach of 200 million Africans. If you go into the details of how many countries each member reaches, how many farmers, pastoralists, fisherfolk, the potential reach is up to 200 million Africans.
Nice. And just yesterday or the day before yesterday, we launched a book by AFSA and partners on climate change. Do you want to say a little bit more about it?
Yeah, this is the book that we launched, the Barefoot Guide. It's a series of barefoot guides. It's a mini barefoot guide on the climate emergency. What this book does, it's part of our efforts to share with the actors, with negotiators, with our governments, how communities are dealing with climate change, how they're adapting. So it has stories, stories that are shared by actors from different parts of Africa, simply put, simply explained without the jargon, simply explained. It talks about what we feel are false solutions and why we feel they are false solutions. It talks about what negotiators, how negotiators can address, can use agroecology to address issues of climate crisis. So it really has very good stories from the roots, from the grassroots, from different parts of Africa, different communities. It has pastoral stories. It has stories on water conservation, on fisher folk. So yeah, we felt this is the right space to launch it and also share it. And it has got quite a lot of good reception from most of the people that have received it and read it.
Really awesome. And the book is Barefoot Guide in Agroecology series, The Climate Emergency, How Africa Can Survive and Thrive. I totally agree. This was a perfect space to launch it because this is the African COP. We are in Egypt, Sharm el-Sheikh, and in a desert area as well. So I'm sure they are also feeling most of the impact. And also just to say, people can actually download this as a soft copy online from AFSA.com, yes? And then they'll find the book that has just been launched. And these stories, I've read lots of barefoot guides before and also participated in writing some. I have a friend who's basically using them to read for their kids as bedtime stories because they are that simple. And in some instances, people can also get ideas on how to take action to create that climate resiliency. Bridget, do you have any thoughts, any final thoughts? As everyone is here at the COP, I know we have a communique that AFSA generated to the leaders, and you work a lot with negotiators. But what's your final message for Africa and the farmers that we work with?
Yeah. Well, my final message cannot be one message for everyone. But I think for our negotiators who are really critical here and making the decisions, the message that we continue to give them is that they need to listen to the African voices. They need to listen to the grassroots voices, who are the people they represent, the people they come here to represent. So when we come here, they need to see us as supporting their cause, as supporting a national cause, and they need to listen to us. To civil society, to practitioners, I think we need to come together. This is a space to network, to learn from each other. The climate crisis is not going away now, so we need to learn from each other, we need to network. This is not a space to compete, it's a space to complement each other. So we need to utilize these 2 weeks and be able to build each other and ultimately have, Africa and the entire world thrive, in this climate emergency that we are facing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bridget. And as RI, Regeneration International, we're really proud of how you guys are carrying the emblem of agroecology as a practice, a movement, and a science, and now a key informant to management and policy as we are here at the COP27. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bridget Mugambe, our very own woman power from AFSA. And thank you, checking out.